Hello everyone. Today we're doing a oil change and filter service on this base model E350. So you're going to start by removing these belly pans underneath. They're held on there by 8mm bolts. There's two of them, a front and a rear. So remove both of them. Set the panels aside and then get a oil drain and a 13mm box wrench is what I use, or you can use a socket or whatever. It's just a 13mm bolt that you're working with. It's not on there very tight, so it's easy to break loose. Once it's done draining, go ahead and reinstall your oil pan drain bolt and tighten it to 22 foot-pounds or 30 Newton meters. I have a feel for it, so I'm doing it by hand here. And then of course wipe down any residual oil that's splattered around. Now at this point you can go ahead and reinstall your belly pans back. Start with the rear one and just put the two bolts on the very back, and then the front cover goes over the top of the rear cover, like you see I'm doing in the video here. Now you're done with the underneath. Now back on top, remove the front engine beauty cover. It just pulls straight up. And remove the oil filter housing cap. This one here somebody tightened quite a bit, so it was a little tighter than normal. It should be a lot easier than that. You can use an old school filter wrench if you don't have this tool. Then grab a rag, and this way you could take the filter somewhere so you can work on it. So here's the filter. You can just pull it straight out and throw it away. Now you're going to find there's some seals on here. There's two O-rings on the stem there and one on the actual cap. You're going to replace those. They come in the kit. I like to use these Mann-Filters. I find that they work perfectly for these vehicles. Never had any problems with them. Good filters. So match up the O-rings that you're going to use. The kit will come with several different ones. So just match up the ones that you removed, and go ahead and install the two stem O-rings on there. You'll find two little grooves that they go on. One's like midway, or like 3/4 of the way, and the other one's at the very tip of it. Lube the big O-ring. I have oil on my hands, so I'm just wiping it on the O-ring. And what I want to show you here is it goes on the first groove right after the threads. And the oil filter can go on either way, doesn't matter. Just push it in all the way into the cap. That's it. It's ready to install. And just carefully screw it back in place by hand, as tight as you can go. And then you'll use the tool to tighten it down to specification, which is 18 foot-pounds. Now remove the oil filler cap on the left hand side here. And get yourself a funnel and start adding oil to it. This vehicle calls for standard regular oil. Make sure that you know what your vehicle takes. Some will take synthetics. So make sure that you look up and see what's required for your particular application. The oil capacity on this one is 8 quarts. So just kind of get close because you're going to check it with the dipstick anyways. So once you've added oil to it, go ahead and reinstall the cap back on there and start the engine. Run it for about a minute, and then you're going to go ahead and turn the engine off and then check the oil level at the dipstick. And here you'll see I'm just a little bit low. I'm like half a quart low. You need to be in that crosshatch area there. That's the operating range. So I'm going to add a little bit more oil to it to bring it up to its proper level. So here you'll see I have it all the way up to the top of its operating range, which is perfect. Now you're pretty much done with the oil service on this. Go ahead and put your beauty cover back on. This clips it, just push straight down on it. And that's it. Just wipe down any oil that you may have spilt anywhere. And you're ready to reset the oil maintenance light. I'm using a scanner here to do it. And I'm just going to reset the oil reminder. And this vehicle is also due for a service, which I also ended up clearing. And just for those who want to know what an A service is, it's basically a glorified oil change, or a B service for that matter. And all they're doing really is inspecting the vehicle and checking everything, and you know, wheels, brakes, suspension. They're looking for oil leaks, checking your cooling system, your battery condition. So those two services basically is just that. It's just a lot of inspections, and that's what the dealer does. And they'll also like replace any filters that need to be replaced if needed. So that's pretty much it on this video. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to post and I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. Have a good day, everyone.